Welcome, everybody. It is round 4 here at Sao Paulo. It's a very quiet track out there. Can you hear anything? Can I hear anything? Yes, I can. It's Sao Paulo. It's very quiet today, but it's a hot track, isn't it? I can't believe I just said in it. I can't. Andromeda Jose Carlos Paz welcomes you with some very hot temperatures. 8:30 in the morning for qualifying, a track length of 4.22 kilometers at an altitude of 782 meters above sea level. The track temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, partially cloudy with a 3 kilometer an hour northwesterly wind. Myself and Craig are always back. We're always here. I mean, it's a constant. It's the only constant throughout this whole entire thing.
We're always here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're always here. Rob, I think your system might need updating. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. What time are you on? You're on a different time zone, I think, right now. It's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sim time of 10:01 at the moment. It's still a hot 35 Celsius. That's 95 Fahrenheit. Humidity is a quite nice 51%, so we're not going to see a lot of sliding. It's a very popular track and known for its heat, so it does not surprise me that we've got some hot, we've got a lot of hot temperatures around here. IMSA earlier in the season in the main series for iRacing came here a few weeks ago, and I had temperatures of 57 Celsius, just to give you an idea. But these guys right now, the amateurs out qualifying, and let's just do a quick rundown of the amateur field for the championship, because Chris Chatterton leads the way with 266 points, followed by Andrew Miller with 252, and Callum Beaumont with 238, Ben Smith with 206, Matthew Heatrick with 202, Zachary Ayama with 198, Josh Rayfield and Hakon Lindmo with both with 178, Daniel Merchant with 170, and John Williams and Henning Haig with 162. That's your top 10/11 because Williams and Haig are equal. Very quick lap times around here. Well, normally when you're in a faster car, you're looking at 1:15s around here, but we're looking at 1:30s around here today as they're starting their lap times as well. Quick rundown then while they're doing their first laps of the pros, because there's a three-way tie at the top of the pro field. Chris Daines, Sean Campbell, Thomas Axe, all on 246 points. That's the top three. Fourth, Christian Furth with 194. Jesse Jones is fifth, but we say goodbye to him with 176. Harry Melvin, 174 in sixth. Jan Mole, 162 in 7th, James Armstrong 148 in 8th, Louis Eggerster with 138 in 9th, and tied for 10th, Milan Tikins and Jonas Dreyer with 136, and those two have had some great racing recently, so that'll be interesting to watch.
And, well, we were looking at Henning Haig, and unfortunately, that's a lap gone. Straight into the wall on turn 2. And, well, pits galore. Let's see. Alex Homerson. Is he new?
I remember seeing him. I think he was here last week. The name does ring a bell. I think he was here last week in his debut for Road America, which was some fantastic racing. Simon Dodd's about to set the first lap time. It's a 1:32.488. 2/10 off what his fastest time was in practice, so gives you a ballpark figure of what we're looking at, especially with these hot temperatures. 1:34.4 for Daniel Merchant and 1:42.933 for Andrew Miller, so you're getting an idea of what times we're looking at as everybody starts going. David Meeker's just had a bit of a spin though, has he? Oh, he's lost it. They're coming down to the end of the track. That's coming down into turn 7. Not turn 7, sorry, 11 to 12. Well, I'm not going to try. My Portuguese is dreadful, but you get the idea. It's Turning 11.
Yeah, Mark Fleming decided, no, I can't even do a second lap. So he planted into the wall. And yeah, that's him done. Josh Rayfield, let's see what he can do. He's yet to settle up. His last lap was invalid at a 1:32.895. Let's see, where is Simon Dodd? He is in pole position right now for the amateurs. Is there Hyper Bowl this week?
Nope, only for endurances. By the way, Nicholas Crittenden will may look green on the scoreboard. He is an amateur. Will be fixed for the next when we go to official. Josh Rayfield is coming around right now. Last few corners, hug the wall, cut that line as much as you can, and then more hugging of the wall. Crossed the line. A 1:32.781 is good enough for P4. As Simon Dodd did, he did improve. Sorry.
Oh, he did.
He improved by 5 tenths. No, 500. Sorry, 500ths.
And so Andrew Miller is your new lead on P1. Chris Chatterton then just pips into the post. We're seeing Zakaria Yama take a crack at the whip. What does he set in? Currently in 7th, he did a 1,000 faster. That was it.
That's still a good time. Still a good time. Do we have any more amateurs out there? Yes, Mark Bailey, I think, is just setting his. Alex Homerson is setting his. You'll see them on the towers. Matt Heatrick is, well, he's just coming around in that BMW. Quite a nice car around here, the BMW. Let's see what he does at the 1:34.928. And then I think Thomas Dandridge will be coming around very shortly.
Levi Johnson is coming around. He's not set a lap, I don't think. Oh no, Mark Fleming hasn't had Levi. Levi goes 19th with a 1:37.329. And now it's pros.
Send in the pros. Send in the pros. Right.
Here's the man of the hour, Mr. Sean Campbell.
Mr. Sean Campbell. Why is he the man of the hour?
Because he's in a Macca. Look at everybody else.
Again, eyes on Chris Dane, Sean Campbell, and Thomas Axe. All there. But speaking of RSR, we said goodbye to Jesse Jones last week, and let's say hello to the new RSR man. Because Kai Askey, the British Formula 4 driver, or soon-to-be British Formula 4 driver, signed on by Carlin Motorsports for this season, is there for RSR, and he was fast in practice. Second fastest with a 1:31.267. So really curious to see, because, I mean, I'm starting to feel old, Rob, because they replace Oscar with a 14-year-old in Alfie Rigby. And then they replaced Jesse with a 15-year-old in Kai Askey, and I'm just thinking, I'm getting too old for this.
You and me both, even though I'm only 25.
I mean, it was bad enough when I started playing when I was playing league table tennis, and someone said, "Oh, now this kid's good. You won't want to give him a game," and he beat the floor off me. And then it wasn't until a couple months later that he won the British under 13 national championship in the under 13s, and I'm like, oh, yeah, no wonder why he's good. Yeah. So,
why did I get picked with him?
the best thing was a kid. I think he was 11 back then, or 11 or 12, and it was 11. Sorry, the thing that really surprised me was at that age they can barely they struggle to reach short balls that you play on the table, and he's reaching in and hitting everything, and I'm like, you're a kid, sorry, you should not be able to reach these, what's going on? Then it became apparent, yeah, he's quite good. So
the laws of physics do not apply.
Well, Chris Danes is the first man to go and do his qualifying lap. Of course, currently tied at the top. Harry Melvin? Is Harry Melvin? Is he just... Yeah, Harry Melvin will be, sorry, I think. He will be the first one, but Chris Danes, followed by Casper de Court. Harry Wills, has he had an off, or is he slowing down? No, he's slowing down. His relative went very slow for it quickly, and I was like, uh-oh, what's happened?
Oh, we're looking at Ma. Hello, Ma.
Good evening, Ma. Sorry. Wording here is very clear. I apologize. I do apologize.
What did he even say?
No, it's me. It was me when I was being talked about, a lad to... I think he's now... Oh, is it 17 now, I think? 16, 17. Still very talented.
So you got your arse kicked by a kid.
I got my arse kicked by a kid. But like I said, he is a national champion. So, come on, give me a break.
So you got your arse kicked by a national champion.
I got my arse kicked by a national champion, if that's how you're going to say it. And if you want me to get my Irish accent out, I will. Because that was very Irish when you said arse.
Milan Teakins, welcome back. Chris Danes, welcome back. Will Egby, welcome back. And then there's this man. Where is Christian Furs in our championship list-orama?
Christian Furs in our championship list-orama is 4th.
So he's still in good contention, but how many points is he behind?
50. A clean 50. Unlike Casper de Court, who's a clean pole position with a 132, 123. Chris Danes with a 132, 243. James Armstrong gets in there as well. Sean Campbell, you can see the times coming in now. Sean Campbell beats Christian Furs by 1,000. That's some going. Milan Teakins as well. Chris Chatterton and Andrew Miller's time are looking really good at the moment. Jensen goes pole, 132.027. We wait for the RSR lads, the RSR boys. See where they come. Where is Kai? He's coming across the line right now. Alfie went pole. Kai's going to do a 132.130 or 131. Good enough for 4th, but Alfie, first man under the 132 to 131.996, and of course they still got a lap to go. Harry Wills 12th, by the way.
Alfie Rigby 131.996 is breaking the 131 barrier. Does anybody else join him on their second lap? Does Kayaski, sorry, my voice broke. Does Kayaski join him? He did a 132.131. Does Chris Danes push Eclipse further up the table?
Well, I just want to say something, Rob. I think Jensen just had an off track. Not 100% sure, but I think he had an off track going up into turn 8. The runoff of 7 into 8. We'll wait and see. More people now starting to finish their laps. We'll keep an eye on Matthias Jensen if he does that. Adam Christo coming up to the line in that Mercedes to the 133.011. Can he go faster? Christian Firth pole with 131.956. Still waiting on other times. I'm just keeping my eyes on Adam Christo. Did he get faster? It's an invalid lap. It's an invalid lap. Jensen crossed the line. I was right. It was an off track. Thomas Axe can only do a 132.408. Names and numbers are starting to come in. Julian Bell can only do a 132.607. Alfie Rigby takes back pole though with a 131.786. Sorry, and Kai Aski had an invalid lap.
Rigby will then, therefore, by name of extension, detail and otherwise, be the pole sitter. So let's get that on your screens. So Alfie Rigby in pole position with a 131.787. Christian First second with a 131.956. Matthias Jensen with a 132.027 in third. Campbell, very good lap with a 132.082. Casper de Court with a 132.124. Kai Aski with a 132.131. And then we have Chatterton, the lead amateur with a 132.192. Back to pro Chris Danes. Oh, we have a flip-flop here. 132.244, and we'll flip to the 132.315, and we'll flop to the Milan Teakins with a 132.342. I'm going to try and rhyme someday, I swear. Thomas Axe with a 132.409. Good enough for 11th. In 12th is Simon Dodd. He's third best qualifier in amateur. He'd be pretty pleased about that. With a 132.438. Harry Wills with a 132.465. Thomas Dandridge with a 132.504. Egby 132.552. Fame in 15th. Nicholas Crittenden is a amateur. Harry, fix the names, with a 132.561. In 17th is Julian Bell with a 132.608. James Armstrong with a 132.780. In 19th, Josh Rayfield with a 132.781. And 20th is going to be 132.790. And the rest of the results, I'm going to let scroll on your screens as we talk about stuff.
I was just about to say as well, David Meakin, Jonas Dreyer, Henning Haig, and Mark Fleming all did not set a lap time, as you just see them going down. What would you like to talk about, Rob? Because I know what I want to talk about.
Why is a Fezza entering WEC in the wrong category? Explain this to me.
This is mind blowing. Like, it wasn't the thing I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because, I mean, my response on Twitter was, "What the Ferrari?" Like, wow.
So
if
you haven't heard, Ferrari, let me just get this double checked and check my source. Yeah, source being motorsport.com.
I mean, I can actually give you Ferrari's official statement. If you want it from the horse's mouth. If you want it from the horse's mouth.
That's just too
Ferrari enters the Le Mans.
Too literal right there.
Ferrari enters the Le Mans hypercar.
So the Le Mans.
You want to talk about it?
Hyper car, yes. The surprise of the century. From left field came the prancing horse, and I think everybody is in the same boat of, hang on a minute, Ferrari, this is illegal. You can't do this.
What do you mean you can't do it? Yes, you can.
I'm so used to them being GT.
Well, you've got to remember, it happens in 2023. So we do have a few years before. Which is interesting because this year you'll get Toyota, Glickenhaus. Trying to think of who else. Next year you get your Audi and your Porsche. That's the year everyone's looking forward to. And then the year after, oh, you got Peugeot as well this year. Sorry, I forgot about Peugeot. And then the year after, then comes Ferrari. So, it's crazy because Ferrari has always been the team. The stories from Ford versus Ferrari is true. You know, Ferrari were dominant because of the GT racing. Everyone knew their pedigree in F1, but where they dominated before they really took over the F1 scene in the 70s and the 80s was sports car racing. And you know that the classic Ford Ferrari battle is just incredible. So I'm really curious to see what they do, especially with the hypercar rules, because I don't know if you heard this. The chassis has to be the chassis cannot be changed. You have that homologated, that word.
Homologated.
You have that. Thank you. You have that stamped in for 5 years. You cannot change that chassis for 5 years. Unless there is a serious defect or a lack of pace. Which, I mean, comes to another question. What if everybody's slow, but one car's fast? What do you do then? You know, that's another story. But Ferrari coming in. Yeah. Ferrari's gonna... I'm really excited to see what they do. Because at the same time, it then gives you the idea, it gives you this hype of, this is where the future is in these cars that are because a hypercar is like a real car that you can turn into a race car, but it's just really looking forward to it. But yeah, it's so weird. That came out of left field. Literally, it came out of left field. You weren't aware the fielder had the ball. You were already running to the home plate, but you just crossed third base and the ball's been thrown in. Just came out of nowhere.
I was surprised. I didn't know that Ferrari had the 333 SP. What does it look like? I don't even know what it looks like.
I don't know. The Ferrari 333 SP.
Oh, it's an open top.
Is there an image? Oh, wow. Well, yeah, because those days were open tops, weren't they? But it just seems weird that they're doing it, because remember the whole story of Ferrari were unhappy with the FIA and they went, you know what, we're going to go to IndyCar, to the point they made they that they made a test car for IndyCar. So, like on one hand, you think to yourself, you're just toying with us. On the other hand, oh wow. But I'm curious to see. Okay, it is 2023. I'm curious to see who they get driving it. Giancarlo Fisichella, I think, is going to be a bit too old by that time, and I think he's just going to stay in GT racing. So and unfortunately, that's Giancarlo Fisichella. That's fun fact about Giancarlo Fisichella, Rob. I don't know if you know this.
Go ahead.
This year's 2020 Le Mans, right? You have guys like Juan Pablo Montoya. You have guys like Rubens Barrichello racing. You've got Kumi Kobayashi. You've got Sebastian Buemi. You've got all these guys. And there was a question: who has the most? Which team had the most F1 starts? And it was the Ferrari, because Fisichella had more starts than every driver in that field combined for F1. So literally, him on his own meant that his car had the most F1 starts in the whole Le Mans field, but just because of him. That just shows how long he was racing.
Yeah, he was racing from 1996-ish, or even earlier than that.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. Sounds about right. What I wanted to talk about though, Rob.
Go ahead.
Was iRacing announcing something new coming to season 2.
Oh, actually, you're gonna have to tell me. I haven't heard it.
Oh, okay. So, iRacing have decided to create the GT3 Challenge, a fixed GT3 series. I just want to get your reaction.
Thinking emoji, actually.
So here's the thing. Everyone's gonna straight away. R.I.P. the Ford. I know, but of course, if it's gonna be fixed setups, Tanner's gonna be making fixed setups, and Rob and myself know how good Tanner is for making setups.
Wait, hang on? Let me just stop you there.
Unless he had a BMW at Spa.
Let me just say, did you just say rip the Ford?
Sean said rip the Ford.
Is a Ford part of that series?
The Ford GT3, yeah.
Oh, why is it there?
Anyway, so the idea is and this is what I really like about it, is they're making they are making the series a 20-minute fixed race. So from an oval background like I am, this is what they do in oval. You've got in your A, B, and C licenses for oval, you've got a fixed and an open. Your open's your hour-long race. Your fixed is your 40-minute race. Okay, the open's probably like an hour and 20, depending on the site. Regardless, your fixed is a shorter race. Your open's a longer race. Where the open you've got to pit, and the fixed you don't have to pit. So yeah, we're talking about. I know Hockenheim. I know about Hockenheim. I'm on about this series because it's had some interesting responses by people, but I really like what they're doing because there's also they're going to move the Ferrari GT3 Challenge to a different start time, which means on a race, on a night, or on a day, you can go Ferrari GT3 Challenge and then either VRS or GT3 Challenge. And then if you do the GT3 Challenge, you can go straight to Ferrari again. So you've got that rotation. Or is it the other way? Yeah, you've got the rotation between the three. So you can rotate. And again, I know, why have the 488 if you have another GT Challenge? I don't know. It's staying. People always like the Ferrari Challenge, but let's
ask this. What will be the license requirements of GT3 Challenge?
It's going to be, now I did read it, it's going to be a B license, the same with the Sprint. Because like I said, where you've got that oval, you've got an A, B, and C license, and each of them's got A open, A fixed, B open, B fixed, So the idea is because VRS Sprint is a B, get the GT3 Challenge also a B.
That makes no sense.
Why not?
Where's my Sorry if you heard that. And where's my what's it called? Where is my thing?
Your race?
No, not my race. I'm thinking about where's my C GT3 content?
Oh, right. Hang on one second. There is no C content. So I wish there was some sort of unofficial GT series to clown around. Remember when they had the industrial, the Nordschleife rookie series with GTEs? That was fun. Why can't they bring that back?
No.
But yeah, that's a good question. So what's going to happen in C? What is going to happen in C license then?
Because you're meant you either have to do what is in C license right now?
Good question. What is in C license right now? Let me get my PDF because I use the PDF. It's quicker. Don't ask me why. C series. The Pilot Challenge, which is GT4s and TCRs. Radical, Camel, Advanced Mazda, the F3s, Indy Pro 2000, the Supercars, Porsche, the Husqvarna GT Challenge every Sunday at 19:45 on Raidillon TV, the Grand Prix Legends, the VRS Endurance, and the Dallara Formula IR, which is going up. So C apparently could be GT4, but then again, so what's the point of having a D license? Because I always thought, try and progress, and
here's what I would have said. I would have said, where is my GT3 content that is in C? There is none.
There is none. No, I know. And
not counting VRS Endurance now.
I know. Here's how I would have done things. This is my plan I've always thought about. Was you have the Ferrari Challenge at D with the BMW because, they like that. So you've got a GT3 and a GT4 quick series. Then that's in D. In C, then you have your VRS, your GT3s. In B, you have your IMSA. Then you start to get a little bit faster. You still got your GT3s, you still got your GTEs, and then you can bring in the LMP2. ESS, or LINMS as we used to call it. That would be a nice, steady progression. What it looks like they're doing is D's just going to be learn the quick races. So you've got the Ferrari GT3, your BMW GT4, stuff like that. And then you go to C, which is just GT4. I don't know if I like that, but that looks like where they're going. So if you want to race a GT3, you either get to C and just run the endurances every week, or you have to get to B. And I know we can say the age-old adage that it's easy to get to A license, but you still have to get to B to do GT3, which doesn't sound right, if you ask me.
LMP3. So how many cars are being speculated as to be in the works or going to be released this year?
This year. I know this season there is the report of an oval car, the Super Late model, the rescan, the Super Late model. I don't know if that is official or not. We just know that they're scanning it. We know a track's coming out. Hockenheim, of course, and Bristol Dirt. Possibility that we get the Barcelona Rallycross track. And that's about it, really. We know Hockenheim. Do we know there's a new GT and a GT4? Is the question. Because we're at week 11, and iRacing has kept the cards close to their chest. Oh, damage model. The Dallara IR01 getting a damage model. The Formula 4, the Renault Formula 2.5
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0. They're getting damage model. But I've heard nothing about GT racing.
Thinking.
Yeah. Thinking emoji. Nick Critterton, by the way, does have his name correct. I was right. I'm worried. I'm worried about this race, Rob. Why am I worried about this race, you might ask? Well, This is a track known for fuel saving, known for fuel economy races, and it's a 30-minute race. There should be, in theory, a lot of follow the leader, but there are so many places you can try and send it in to make overtakes. You can try and do it into turn 8. You can try and do it at Pico de Pato, which is turn 10. One of my favorite overtaking places is turn 10. Turn 4, of course, that's always going to be one. You're going to see a lot of side-by-side going through the center S's. There's overtaking places. If people work together, it takes 2 to tango. So we knock on wood as I just run over to my dresser in a moment. We knock on wood and also just hope it's going to be clean, but it's going to be a lot of pack racing tonight.
We have mentioned Ferrari going back to top level of Mons. We had already gotten around that.
Nicky Team talked about the Aston Martin years ago, and he teased everybody, and the Aston Martin did have a deal to be scanned, and the only thing that came from it was that beautiful GT1 in the Huskenveld GT Challenge that Raidillon TV broadcast every Sunday at 19:45 GMT.
Getting that chill in.
If you like what you see, by the way, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and the thumbs up. We do have our tier list for the members. I don't know where our one member is, but we do have that tier list. Shout out to our Discord. Shout out to trackcams22.com. Look at that camera angle on the curbs. I love that camera. Just love it. And then we get a tree.
That camber.
Look at this tree.
That camber.
The camera angle on the curb.
There you go.
That's what I said. That's what I said. You're Irish. You're Irish. You gotta listen to me, right? When you talk about
the only way that he can make fun of me is through my accent. You hear this? You hear this?
I'm not making fun of your accent. I just think it's a nice accent. I think the Irish has got a nice accent.
Can't even say Irish right while trying to pretend to be Irish.
I don't know what you're talking about. I try my best, but I come from Dublin.
Oh dear.
I don't know. Marshmallow Racing joins the membership. There you go. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. The practice session rolls into the race session. 2 30-minute races tonight. Any predictions, Rob, for a winner?
I can't predict. No, I wouldn't be able to predict. I would probably say it'll be a shootout between Furs and Alfie coming up to the line, and then what will happen is that Lamborghini just made a very weird sound.
Well, I'll tell you who I'm looking out for, and not just because it's like the homer pick because it's the car. Casper de Court, really looking forward to see what that BMW can do, because this is probably the first track where the BMW is somewhat strong or somewhat on level pace. Was proved to be a very popular car when it came to IMSA against the Lamborghini. It's not been tested at VRS around here, I don't think, but really am looking to see what that BMW does in P5, and of course it starts on the inside, so it gets a really good run down to the center S's. So that's where my eyes will be on. But yeah, anybody out that top 6 could really do it. It all just depends on what respect and what happens between them all. Chris Chatterton in that Ferrari, pole.
I hate to cut across. We've got our second member.
I did say.
He has become a spectator. I wonder what IMSA is going to help bring into iRacing during 2021. I do as well, if I'm going to be honest, because barring the fact that IMSA by itself kind of wants GTE to not be sort of like the killer of GT3. Because it'd just be leading them around circles all over again, like with when GT1 was essentially killed by GTLM, and we had the CLK monstrosity that it was And everybody remembers seeing Mark Webber taking flight.
Well, Rob, we're not going to see anybody take flight today. Hopefully, knock on wood. This is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need the first race of two 30-minute races at Interlagos. Alfie Rigby will lead the way with Christian first side by side. Will the RSR boys dominate? We'll wait and see. Rob will take you to the start as we will wait for the pace car to go in and wait for Alfie to lead them.
Alfie will be keeping them on toes. So I'm just waiting now for them to come around. Come on. Come on, you can hear them. You can hear them. He's holding them in. There's the pace car. And here they come. And off they go. Alfie Rigby leading them off on a charge down towards turn one. One of the most treacherous and dangerous. It's very wide coming in. It's very wide coming in. And then it narrows and pinches very harshly as everybody goes. Every pro got around. A little bit of shuffling here and there. A little bit of argy-bargy, people trying to get around. People just trying to, make their stamp known. Chris Chatterton leading in amateur as the amateurs make their treacherous entry into turn one. Then on into turn two. They're doing absolutely fine. Just a bit of squeeze, bit of, let's just try and shuffle it around, lads. Let's just try and keep everything together. But they've made it. That's a car on the outside. I think... I'm all over the place. Sorry
to interrupt James Armstrong. James Armstrong's just been hit and spun at the back of the pro field entering turn 6. Very weird. There's a lot of argy-bargy at the back of that field, and I think he got tapped at the back by Julian Bell. I mean, Julian Bell was prepared for what was happening. In fact, Bell got hit from behind from Louis Eggerson. So the Project Dynamic guys just caused themselves a little bit of drama there. I think there might be a little bit of nose damage to Eggerson. There is. There's rear damage to Julian Bell and there's rear damage to James Armstrong, who is at the back of the field now, just up ahead of them. It looks like that is Thomas Axe getting around Harry Wills coming out of the penultimate corner. He does get by as they come out of 12 into 13. So Axe is getting his places back that he lost. Harry Wills is going to be losing a couple places as well. This battle between Egby and Axe as they're going to go side by side down to the first corner. Axe breaks late. He's going to try and turn in. He does make the move. Does he make it stick into the turn 2? Can't make it stick. Side by side goes Axe and Egby. And around the outside of Egby, he loses all that speed to the apex. Axe will keep it. Will Egby respond is the question. We're keeping eyes ahead as well. But I don't think Egby can respond here. Does he make a late move? This is going to be treacherous. One of the toughest corners. Late move. They're still side by side. Great racing here. Side by side they go again. We're going to keep our eyes on this. They come out of turn 4, turn 5, down to turn 6. Axe has that inside, and Egby's on the inside, and he might get overtaken from Melvin. And just that little battle, and all of a sudden... He
does indeed, yeah. Melvin
losing a couple places.
Exactly, yeah. He was so focused on trying to pip Axe to the... Oh, crikey, that's Harry Wills gone around. A car sandwich.
Pile up. Wow, that's just caused massive pile up there. I think Julian Bell tried to prevent it, and then there was nowhere for anybody else to go. It looks like Drea tried to check up. He tried to check up. Still hits him. Eggerson goes to the back of him, hits him as well, and they all go in, and Eggerson gets turned by accident because no one was turning in.
Oh, that's a brown pants moment for, I think that was, a little bit of an argy-bargy. Let's run it through again. I just want to see what happened. Harry Wills got tipped on the inside by the car number 19. Julian Bell tipped him on the inside, and everybody else had to check up. Nothing that they could have done there other than, well, just go for the grass, but that would have been a bit of a disaster.
Christian Furs had a moment, by the way. He is now in 4th, now 5th as Casper de Court's going to try and go around the outside of turn 4. Does he make this stick? He does, Christian Furs will respond with this, but the overlap is gone. Casper de Court's got it, and that means he will get that inside line going into turn 6. That BMW, we haven't got a Ford in this series, sadly. That BMW getting a place up as Christian Furs has dropped down the order, now P5. That's a bit of a surprise. Meanwhile, the top 3, well, they're still the top 3 minus Christian Furs. It's Rigby, Jensen, Campbell. As the court now slots in to that P4. Campbell just, well, put it like this. Campbell's Campbell is in P3 and he's 4 seconds behind Jensen and Rigby. It's the two RSR boys just pull away. Stop me if I've heard that before. Two RSR guys pulling away? Never happened, has it?
Yeah, it never happened. Just the usual Wednesday evening when we see these guys. And I mean, Jensen will be providing battles for Alfie Rigby, but Rigby, I mean, he got the traffic he wanted, and he just started zooming. He was just like, hey, I'll zoom now. Thank you, bye. And has been putting in 132.6s compared to the next fastest car, which is Sean Campbell. And as Milan Tikins comes around, he actually overtakes sorry, that's Chris Daines. He overtook Chris Daines. He's now up into 7th position, coming after Kai Askey, who is coming after Christian Furs, who was coming after Gasper de Cor, who is trying to regain 3rd from Campbell. Now, Campbell started 4th, so he's gained 1 position over Casper de Cor, but 4 seconds behind the car number 75. Not 4 tenths, 4 seconds.
It's only lap 4.
He has 24 minutes to turn around, but that's also 24 minutes more than I would imagine. You know, I imagine that Sean will try his best, but it is, oh my crikey. You can see him there coming towards the second to last, onto the last now. That car does not look that happy. It doesn't like being a car right about now.
I mean, I was seeing him going through the center S's, or coming out the center S's into turn 3, the Covenant of Soul. And I was thinking to myself, that car's sliding. Sean is not having a good time right now. He is quick. And it looks like the court, yeah, Casper does the right thing. Does a 132.6, almost goes into the back of Campbell. They're matching the leaders. Well, apart from Campbell, who isn't matching the leaders. He did a 33.1. But 32.571 for the court there. Really got the speed. If he wanted to make a late move there into the center S's, he would have. But he realized there's 23 minutes to go. P3 would be fantastic for me. Get myself back up the top. Because remember, he's P12 in the championship. He's not had a couple good races. Daytona was a nightmare for him getting killed. So he has to be careful. And he needs to get some good results. So there's only a 1.5 second gap between these two and Kai Askey, who's sitting in P6, and he made that move on Christian Furs. So it would not surprise me if you know, the court just takes his time. He doesn't need to rush. He's just going to wait. And I can't wait to get back to the amateurs, though.
In amateurs,
are looking good.
Yes, we do have items in amateur, as Louis Eggertson pulled aside and essentially let half the field through in one go. And that is Chris Chatterton, Andrew Miller, Josh Rayfield, Thomas Dandridge, and Simon Dodd. Simon's dropped 2 places, but he has recovered. He is still keeping within towing distance of Thomas Dandridge right ahead of him. Josh Rayfield has come up from 23rd, so that is 6th position. He's now in 3rd in class. And Andrew Miller has been glued to the rear end of Chris Chatterton. Chatterton obviously wanting a good result for Eclipse. They have been turning things around. They have been making sure that, you know, stuff do be happening. But a win for them here would be a very good kickoff to the second half of the proceedings tonight, and also the second half of proceedings for the rest of the season. Hopefully they can keep it up. But they do have Andrew Miller of Midland Sim Racing right behind them. He's not been slow either, so he's been trying to battle with Chatterton. He's trying to get past him anyway. But, I mean, look how tall that thing is.
Don't insult my BMW. Don't insult my BMW. Come on.
It's a freight train. I mean, prove me wrong. Like, I mean, look at the size of the thing.
We're not talking about it.
You really don't like me talking about the Beamer and its size, do you?
It drives fine. It drives fine.
It drives fine, yeah, but I mean, compared to like...
Right, in all due fairness, right, it's got the engine in the front of the car, so it's got to be a little bit bulky at the front. But then why is it bulky at the back? That's what I can't work out. Is it bulky just to like make weight? Do you know what I mean? I've never understood. It does make me wonder. I've got to be honest.
It's just got that. It's just got, you know, more cushion for the pushing, you know.
Oh,
and by pushing, I mean when it breaks down.
Oh, actually no, BMWs do break down. No, I'll give you that.
What do you mean?
No, I said do break down.
Gotta fit the driver's big ego in the rear. I mean, in a beam. Oh, okay. So double delta, you make a very good point. You can make a very good point. Harry Wills. Right. Sorry, James Armstrong. He is off. He's completely off.
Oh, that's a big damage to the rear as well. Did he hit the... No, he already had that damage. Looks like he lost it going around. Carl says no. Clip the grass coming out the center S's. That's what's happened to him. Goes around. And he's going to be near the back of the field. That is a shame. Yeah. Just clip. Just try to be... Just try to clip. We all do it. We all push. All push on that corner. And you can see what happens there. So that is a shame for... James Armstrong there, losing the position. Thomas Axe, by the way, is battling Milan Tiken. That's a nice little battle. Thomas Axe, one of the leaders of the championship. Currently sitting P9 in this Audi and stuck behind, I won't say stuck, but he's in this train of Christian Furs for Vector, of Chris Danes in Eclipse, Milan Tiken to Product Dynamic, and then Thomas himself for RSR. And they're in this little train. I suppose you can also add the... Yeah, we can add Kai Aski just at the front of this train, but only just, as everyone's just trying to look and make their moves. 19 minutes remaining. 20-lap race this will be, which does not surprise me with the speed they're going around this track. But Thomas Axe, the championship leader, really needs to find a few places at the moment, especially with Sean up in third, sorry, and Chris Danes a couple places ahead, so losing a bit of time.
We have $2 in from Freedom Machine. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Well, I think Axe is going to need that same support, though. If I'm going to be honest. Simply because he's all the way down in 9th, and his two teammates are there and there. Ironically enough, 2nd and 1st. And that is a gap of just under 10 seconds. I think he's screaming from the opposite side of the world right now, just being like, Bono, my teammates are going away.
Well, he's got Christian Furs in the junior team for Vector, so
that's true.
You know, it's almost like
I think he just wants to be up there with the boys, though. You know.
But they are. Good evening, Jesse. Not the same without you, Jesse. We miss you, Jesse. This battle, by the way, between Casper DeCourt and Sean Campbell, this is what I was expecting from Interlagos. Like I said, Casper had a chance a few laps ago to make a move, but it would have been a late move. The slide from Campbell. Sorry, this could set him up if Casper had to. This might set Casper up right here. I was going to say he was waiting for the moment and maybe just pushing there. Maybe he's put the pressure. Does he go? No. Look at that.
No, he's lifting.
Look at that. Look at what Casper.
Don't be fuel slaving. Just push, man.
Look at what Sean just did. No, look at what Sean just did there. And for anybody trying to work out how to defend, look at what Sean did there, coming down to turn 4. Because he didn't move out. He's just moved a little bit to the left. He wasn't going to go for a block or to take the inside line. Just a little bit, just before braking, to put that doubt in Casper's head that if he wanted to make that move, he would have had to go more left than he needed to. So that little move there is not what you should be doing all the time, but just throw it in every now and then. That was a nice little, whether on purpose or not, was a nice little defensive move there from Sean.
Oh God, no, wrong camera. Oh my God.
Oh no, no.
Oh no, I just Nicolas Caged everybody. Oh no. Why is Gyro looking at the helmets? Ah. Oh dear.
15 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Casper again lifts, and he is still faster. He's a tenth faster than Sean Campbell, but it just cannot make the moves. But again, Kwiatkowski is not pulling closer to him. The gap is still 1.3 seconds, so he can afford to do this. How long he can afford to do this, I don't know. But he can afford to do it. It's the same in the lead of the amateurs, because Andrew Miller's probably had a couple opportunities now on Chris Chatterton, and he's had to do the same thing. And by the way, Josh Rayfield's gone down a little bit. He's now 3 seconds behind. He's in a little battle with Thomas Dandridge as Harry Wills splits the middle of the four. And, so it's just a battle for first and second right now.
I'm just saying as well, just by the way, Callum Beaumont, he is actually up into sixth. Yes, sixth. And he is 4 positions up. By the way, we do have 2 retirements, Mark Bailey and Levi Johnson. We don't know what happened to them, but I think it was just dead.
So I can't curse or I can't bless Callum this today, because I haven't seen him racing. I haven't been racing, so he hasn't beaten me, thank God.
So you've cursed him.
Oh, I have, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, you have.
I have cursed him. Right, he's battling Simon Dodd right now, the Ferrari versus the Lamborghini, trying to push. If he gets a good run out of this corner, you may see him go for something. You just got to be careful. A little bit of a twitch. The gap is 0.2. Oh, he's on it. He's on it. Called it, haven't I? Look at that line he made. He's going to have the overlap right away with Simon Dodd. Dodd's going to have to go around the outside the longer way. Bowman's got that inside line. He's got the shallower line. There's still that overlap. And the speed of that Ferrari right now. Where's the overlap? Gone. God, look at the overlap. What is that? What?
Yep, and off he goes, just being like, hey, Callum, you know that Lamborghini? We'll get ready for some Fezza absolute power.
Will Chris be the first back-to-back AM winner? We already had a back-to-back amateur winner on a night last year.
Ooh, last season, have a car. Car number 90, Chris Staines, falling down the pecking order. What's happened to him?
Looks like... Ooh, he's had a bit of a slow moment there. Has he got damage? Oh! He's made contact with Christian Furs into the first corner. Oh! What on earth?
Oh!
Ooh. Do you know what? That is very late braking. Very late braking, and that is weird. Where is Christian Furs?
Oh!
I'm just saying, that is not where you want to be braking. Unless I'm wrong, but that was very late on the brakes there from Danes.
Just to
or
see.
Is it Furs just being too hard on the brakes?
Oh, no, I saw what happened. I see what happened. Let's go replay it very quickly for the ladies and gents. Look at this. What's on the outside? He slid already. He slid, and that car is gone. He can't control it.
Oh, yeah. Good spot. Now, something's happened to Matthias Jensen. Something happened last lap to Matthias Jensen. He has gone down the pecking order. I did not see what happened. He lost it in turn 13. Lost it in turn 13. Went on an excursion. That 6-second lead he had. Well, that 6-second gap to everybody is gone. And Jensen is now in a battle for second, third, and fourth with Campbell and Cass and DeCourt. Look at them, all three there.
Feeling hot. Matthias Jensen, because he made a Oscar steak.
Put it like this, the track temperature is 47 Celsius. That is a balmy 117 Fahrenheit. You should not, these temps are not the hot temps, but it's still chaotic. And you can see Jensen has to now use that pace that he's got to pull away. And it's going to be hard to pull away because, you know, Campbell's going to get the slipstream. He's going to get that slipstream. That Macca may not be the fastest thing around, but he's able to keep up. Look at it.
Yeah, but now he has slipstream. He didn't have that before.
So meanwhile, behind them, Kwiatkowski and Thomas Axe and Milan-Tikins going side by side into the center S's, and Axe has the inside, but Tikins responds, tries to send it too wide. We've seen this before. Too wide they go, but again, Tikins has to take the wide line He might try and over-under, but he'll have to wait for a bit of slipstream on Thomas Axe. What can he do? Axe goes to the inside. He realizes that he may not have this. Again, then pulls back to the middle of the track. They go braking side by side down into turn 4. Good little race ain't this. Teakin's had a little bit of a slide on the AstroTurf. Can he continue this side by side? He does, you know. He does. Are they going to make it side by side again? Let's just wait. Into turn 6 they go. They're still side by side. What on earth is going on? Can they make it into turn 7? No. Thomas Axe decides, I cannot do this.
No, he's gone for the...
He's gone.
He's switched lanes. Yes, switched lanes. He's trying to pressure Milan Tikins on any which way he can. Absolutely pummeling the back of that Lamborghini with eyes of stare. Literally just trying to make sure that Milan Tikins understands. It's like, you may have the position now, but you're absolutely going to have me glued to your rear end. And that was a wiggle coming out of the second to last corner coming up the hill. This is where in an LMP1 you would be pushing that absolute believable maniacal minuscule ounce of the boost button. And
and again, look at the line Teakins takes. He goes right for that curb. That's the line I usually take. It does pay off sometimes, but the speed that Thomas Axe just got out of the center S's is just going to make it better for him, and he's going to have that run. And now Teakins is the man on the defense. Does he pull to the inside? It's too late. It's too late. Thomas Axe is already there. They're going again. Here we go, side by side down to turn 4 once again. Who's going to get the better? Again, Teakins goes wide.
Oh, that's an really off track.
Wide. It's an off track, but it's still racing. They're still racing hard. Side by side they go. Once again into turn 6. And again, Thomas decides, I'm just going to hold back. And look at that slow line. Gets a little bit faster. Is he trying to make a move into turn 8? He doesn't. Again, has to yield. It is so hard to make any positions up when you come to the middle of Interlagos. My favorite part of Interlagos. And he's now losing a bit of time. 8.5 minutes remaining. Championship leader is having a little bit of a bother down in P7 right now.
Thomas Axe unfortunately not able to make any moves. But the same can be said for Sean Campbell and Matthias Jensen. Matthias Jensen cannot re-break away from the big owl rear wing of Matthias. Oh, crikey!
Oh, I saw what you were doing there, Matthias. Saw what you were doing there. Loved it, but it's not going to work. The late dive from Campbell. He's got P2. He's got P2. I was going to say that was good. That was good from Matthias. I knew exactly what he was trying to do there. And he's had a little bit of a moment through covered and soul. He has now to defend against Captain of the Corp. The Corp slides to the inside. There is the overlap. There is the overlap. And in fact, Campbell's giving him a cheeky toe. A little bit of a cheeky toe by side, sorry. Into turn 4. Now these guys are going side by side. This BMW really good. That's probably the worst corner it's got for the BMW. Apart from that, it works really well. This next section will help Casper. But can he get a good line? He has to go around the outside, go wide and then in. No, he can't do it. No chance right here. But Matthias there, I've got to talk about it. He tried to make Sean follow the draft and then moved as late as he could almost into the tyre wall. But Sean was ready for it. Love that. Love that.
There's a replay of this move that was made by Sean Campbell coming on the inside. You can see just as the buildings disappeared, that was Matthias Jensen having to absolutely yield. Let's go on board with Campbell on that one, because that one is the one I want to see. He just launched himself. On board with Sean Campbell. Replay for the overtaking in the second, and you can just, I think Matthias had a very, very spooky moment where he was just like, I'm driving, that's the tire. Oh my god.
Well, quick update on the amateurs. Nothing's been happening. Andrew Miller's still following Chris Chatterton. In fact, Miller's had a couple slower laps the last couple of laps. He's still got that slipstream of Chatterton. That Ferrari is doing really well. These guys got a 4-second cushion to P3, which is Josh Rayfield, who is having his own little battle with Thomas Dandridge right now. The VRT Audi versus Rayfield Lamborghini. Gap there is about 0.7. It's the same gap that Chatterton and Miller's got. So we'll keep up to date with that because the battle at the front is fantastic. And with the battling that these guys have had, all of a sudden Kayaski's gone, I want some. And now he's in the slipstream. While behind them, Malantic and the Thomas Axe are still battling. So 5 minutes to go, it's all to play for.
ORSR are in 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 7th. Now...
No, 1st, 3rd, 5th, and...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th.
So, they are all the odd numbers. They are the odd ones out, you could say. Prove me wrong. They're odd numbers. But, they are still in gaps. There's still a chance that Matthias can claw back P2 from Sean Campbell. Sean Campbell, remember, is in the, well, more or less the underdog, I think, in terms of GT3 cars. I think you have to be a very special breed of petrol head to drive the MP412C. I think you have to really love the car to drive it, because on iRacing, it's a bit of a dog sometimes. It can wrap its head around you and be like, oh, on the inside, Matthias Jensen. Oh, he tried, but
that braking time. Campbell did not wait. He braked late, and that was some. He did wait. Sorry, he broke late. That was some good work there from Campbell. Had a slow turn free. I think he had another slide. I mean, we said that all the time. This McLaren is just sliding. Can you blame it? It's now 121 Fahrenheit, 49 Celsius.
I mean,
Rob, I wouldn't want to be here.
I mean, it is spitting fire out its backside, like it's a, you know, one of those trains, like the old steam trains, but it had like one of the massive boilers. You could almost see like the train conductors being like having to tame it. That's the equivalent of what's coming out of the backside of that McLaren.
Oh, Rob, we got to keep eyeing this. Sean Campbell, he did not have another good line out of turn 13. Matthias Jensen is going to be on that toe, and Campbell will have to start thinking about defense. In fact, Jensen is so fast he can almost take an overlap right now, and he's forced to go around the outside. He's thinking maybe, and he realizes that if he just went for that, he's going to compromise himself. Because if he took that outside line, Casper de Court's going to go. Jensen was forced to lift. With 3 minutes to go, he was forced to lift on the straight. I mean, okay, fair enough. He had no choice. He's going to try again. Again, if he goes around the outside, Casper de Court's going to realize that, and he's going to try and slide in behind. He can't. He tries. Look at it. He's looking. He's trying to put that nose to that BMW right there, but he's unable to. And all of a sudden, 2nd to 5th are bunched up. Campbell, Jensen, de Court, Askey, all bunched up. This is really good. Alfie Rigby's at the front just having fun. Just having fun, just lapping and lapping and lapping. Meanwhile, you've got these guys just absolutely gunning it and just trying to find... It really is trying to find that little spot. And I'm just wondering, does anybody try and make that move into Pico de Pato? No. Come on, boys. Come on. Maybe I'm a fan of that overtake of that corner. But come on, someone's got to try it.
Who wants P1? -1. P2. Who wants P2? As you see, Matthias Jensen, he's got problems in front, and he's got that in his rear view mirror. And Core's got problems. Core's massive problems. Hold the phones, stall the lights, cancel the cameras. Your eyes are not deceiving. That is Core under threat from Kai Askey. Kai Askey's made the move, coming up into the start-finish line, up into turn 1. The madman. That is Matthias Jensen passing Sean Campbell on the outside, coming into turn 1 on the inside, coming into turn 3, coming out of St. Ansel's onto turn 4. He's made the move, but does Sean Campbell come back and clap? Does he come back to play? He's on the inside looking towards 4 and 5. He's actually spipped it onto the outside, going side by side with Matthias Jensen, and that is Matthias Jensen. Casper de Court is behind with Kai Askey, going side by side. It's 2x2s. The buses are out, boys. Turn 5 into turn 6.
Going on side by side and side by side. We can't pick a line at the moment. Campbell is sliding through Jensen. He makes the move into turn 7, but they're still going. And the court almost touches and spins him. He's looking for a position. And Jensen spun. Jensen spun. Campbell will take P2. The court takes 3. Aski is 4th. And Jensen gets back on. He gets back on. He's going to keep that P5. Give yourself a round of applause, boys. 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Wow, and we still got to battle up the front because Campbell is sliding. The track is 49 Celsius. The white flag is being flown by Barney as Alfie Rigby takes it. We'll keep you up to date in the amateurs in a minute, though.
Just look at just replaying. Unfortunately, Matthias Jensen, it all just went awry. The car just went around. And this is going to be Sean Campbell versus Casper de Koor versus Kai Ansling. The white flag is flying right now. It is a battle to see who does not get on the podium. And I'm saying that intentionally, but because Christ, Kayaski slightly coming out of turn 2 to 3 on the Senna S. The car is absolutely screaming right now. The tires are probably not going to like him when he comes into the pits and gets his technical inspection because they're probably melted. As we see Casper de Koor and Sean Campbell, the original duo. The fight is now on over the last lap. They're coming to 6, into 7. Make sure that you brake here nice and late, Campbell. Make sure you do not jackknife the car coming into the 180, coming around 8 as Casper de Koor is hogging the rear end of that McLaren. It's a big wide boy versus the tiniest boy you'd ever seen.
Kayaski's right beside them and just waiting for the moment. He's just waiting, and look at the overlap there from the court. It's gonna be, he had it, but it was around the wrong part of the track. And they're still going now, penultimate corner. Alfie Rigby is coming up to the start-finish line, by the way. He takes the victory. We're not interested in that. This is the drag race we're looking at. It's the McLaren versus the BMW. It's going to be Campbell versus the court. Askey will probably have to give up and take P4. Can Campbell hold on in time? I think he's going to. These guys have given one hell of a race. Comes to the finish line. The start-finish line is right there. And Sean Campbell will take P2. And Rob, we've got to get to the amateurs. We've got to get to the amateurs because there has been some high drama because Andrew Miller has overtaken Chris Chatterton on the final lap of the race. He will take the win if he can just hold on. Chatterton held that lead since the start of the race, and it looks like he will not get it as Andrew Miller will take the win. And right behind them is the battle for P3 as Josh Rainfield finally holds on to Dandridge. I want to see where that overtake was for Andrew Miller because I know at the start they were right on the tail of the back of the pros. There was drama everywhere.
We do have it coming into. Let me go ahead and get some replay space. Andrew Miller looking on board now as his battle with Chris Chatterton on that final lap was absolutely. There's still 2 minutes left. It actually ticked over to 0. It was the final lap. The race is over. The 2 minutes is just for people trying to finish more than anything else. And this is Chris Chatterton defending on the inside, coming into turn. That is turn 7. He's still on the inside, and this is Chris Chatterton being overtaken through turn 8 into turn 9.
Wow.
That's how late it was.
Around the outside. Wow. Around the outside of turn 9. We just saw that, right? Around the outside of Pinarino. Wow. Yeah,
that was because Chatterton had actually gone wide. He had actually gone very wide coming through. And, well, the door was open for Mr. Miller. And Mr. Miller milled it into first position.
Wow. Well, let's go over the result because a lot was happening in those 30 minutes. And I mean a lot. So, Alfie Rigby started pole and will finish on the top. That was a comfortable win. 10-second lead he takes. Sean Campbell comes up 2 places to take P2. Casper de Koor take P3. What a battle. And then as well, Kayaski comes out of nowhere to take a P4. Jensen unfortunately had that moment. He does finish P5 though. Milan Tikins and Thomas Axe Both of them again were just battling, and they were having those fantastic side-by-side battles. Tekin Sick, Axe 7th, then Will Egby. Quiet Race finished 8th. Adam Christo was just on his own, just driving that Mercedes into P9. Jonas Dreyer takes 10th. Harry Melvin will take 11th. Christian Furs, what could have been, started P2, and it just went all wrong for him. I think after that little hit as well, that mistake there from Chris Daines. So Furs finishes 12th. Then the amateurs, Andrew Miller on the last lap of the race takes the win away from Chris Chatterton, who finishes P2. Just quickly dip in with Chris Daines there. The pros lost 8 positions. Josh Rayfield holds off Thomas Dandridge. With third, so Dandridge finishes 4th in the amateurs. And then for the rest, we've got Julian Bell in the pro. Simon Dodd in the amateur. Nick Critterton in his first race finishes in a respectable position. Zachary Yama as well finishes pretty well. Linmo makes up 7 places overall. James Armstrong did finish on the lead lap, and unfortunately he finished quite a way down. 10 positions lost. Then Liam Ahern and Alex Homerson and Dean Timms, Matthew Heatrick, David Meakin and Mark Fleming in 30th with Leiden Lee. John Williams was 31st. Daniel Merchant was 32nd. And Callum Beaumont. What did I do? Did I curse him? I cursed him, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
33rd, the last man on the lead lap. 1 lap down for Harry Wills, Louis Eggleston and Henning Haig. 11 laps down for Ben Smith. 13 laps for Mark Bailey and 20 laps for Levi Johnson. Which means, Rob, that Louis Eggleston will take the pole for race 2 beside Harry Wills, and Henning Haig will take pole for the amateurs beside Callum Beaumont.
So, chat, are you entertained? Because I certainly am. I know Craig is. He's already gone hoarse.
Have I? Oh, okay.
No, you
it's
haven't.
Allergies.
No, you haven't.
If I do sound bad, I think my allergies have started. I know.
My allergies have started. Craig King, sometime in.
Well, to be fair, I mean, we've got the Saharan dust wind coming. They've been doing loads of work refitting my kitchen, so you can imagine all the dust there. So I do have excuses. By the way, do you know who had the fastest lap that race? And it will surprise you.
Casper de Core?
Did you look?
Yes.
Yeah, Casper de Core. 1:32.571. That's a fast lap for a BMW.
Yeah, you do realize I can look that up like instantly.
Why would you?
Why not?
Casper de Core with the fastest lap at 1:32.571. Some nice time. A lot of the guys at the front, actually the top 5 all under the 33. So Alfie with a 1:32.693, Sean with a 1:32.865. We already talked about Casper. Kai with 1:32.789, and Jensen with 1:32.715. So that's some really good times there. In fact, everybody was racing. That was probably one of the best 30-minute races I've seen. Interlagos it's Interlagos. It's all you need. It's just Interlagos. Just set yourself up. I mean, Casper de Core had, like we said, Casper de Core and Andrew Miller had times where they could make overtakes. They could make those dives into the center S's. And to be fair, I would have done that myself. That's why I am not a guy who does. I am not as good as these guys. But I would have tried to make the move. And I talked about Campbell's little defensive move on Casper. We talked about Jensen almost sending Sean into the wall. But
or otherwise known as the stratosphere.
Oh, but Mateus's move near the end of the race, where he realizes if he tried to go side by side, he'd lose another position because of the cars following. So he lifting. That to me was I wouldn't say a stroke of brilliance, but it was a really smart move.
Well, it's not like the driver behind you is going to just be like, "Oh, sir, please regain your position." Like, no, absolutely nobody is going to do that. If you're going to gain the position, you're going to try and gain through. You're not going to be like, oh, so please resume your third. I know you're going for second, but please resume your third if you're in
I'm
fourth.
sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Did I ruin your little battle there for second? I'll tell you what. No, I'm right next to you, but just take your third place back. Go on. Go for it. You know what? Just go for it.
Yeah, you dropped this, King.
Yeah.
It's the only way that I can ever put that into words. Second session going up. What do you want to talk about in between this and this?
I mean, you're gonna go for your nice little.
Yeah, once we're in session, of course.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. I mean, it is Bathurst this weekend. That's one thing I am looking forward to.
Oh,
Bathurst, 12 hours.
I'm off starting this weekend. Yes.
All right.
I can actually watch the entirety of Bathurst. I'm actually
happy.
happy.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to be driving. Don't expect any miracles, folks. I'm not that fast. Still getting to grips. You know how when you practice for an endurance event, the best way to practice isn't to hot lap. It's to do stints. To try and just do a whole drive on a tank, get in the pits, and kind of hard to do at Bathurst because of all the chaos. I was doing it earlier. I thought I'll try and get a cheeky practice session in before the broadcast tonight, and then out of nowhere, a car loses it just going to Skyline. And
of course you have to say, of course you have to say a cheeky practice.
To be fair, I was looking at my fuel. It was 7 o'clock, and I was like, I've got 11 laps of fuel left, 10 laps, 2 minutes a lap. Yeah, I can do this. I'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, with like 9 laps left to go, yeah, crash. And I'm like, I can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah, well, welcome to life, where you think you're able to do it, and then suddenly somebody's just like, hi.
Nope.
That hurt my hand actually.
So second session is loading. I think Rob's gonna run away right now and ask for someone to kiss his boo boo. I'm sorry.
I heard that.
He's gonna go off while we're loading. If you enjoyed that first race, what a race it was, wasn't it? What a race. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more from myself and Rob as I shout down the microphone and Robert gives his very nice dulcet tones. And also controls the camera because I can't do that. Hit that subscribe button. RacingSimRigs, of course, sponsoring the series, the World Series here, the best of the GT3 drivers in pro and amateur. If you've never seen the series, by the way, RacingSimRigs sponsor, so you're probably wondering, what are they giving for a prize? Well, how about the winner of pro and the winner of amateur winning a customized sim rig? And we're not talking like a little play seat, we're talking an 80/20 rig, customized to how you would like it. So that is what's on offer for them, and they look nice. So that's what they get as well. And RacingSimRigs also sponsor the Super Trofeo series on a Monday night, or Trofeo series, which is all Lamborghinis. Nice fun series as well on a Monday night around the same time. Some of these guys also competing in that. It's real good fun. Again, the same thing again. And I believe the Americas series, yes, they have an Americas series, which was GTE's last season. I'm not sure what they're doing this season, upcoming, but that will be returning soon, and we'll give you the information when that happens. But we do more than just the RacingSimRigs. We also do the official races, the European Sprint Series, every Friday at 1900 GMT. It's Monza this week. Very quiet out there for a Monza week, because unfortunately it's just one of those things where nothing's happening, everything's happening, so they can't really do a lot. I'm also trying to work out, why is my overlay not working? I'll work that out while we talk. Anyway, European Sprint Series, of course, on a Friday night, and then the as I've been saying about 5 million times, the Huskenveld GT Challenge on a Sunday. Trying to work out why my overlay's not working. Excuse me while I'm like, what, Bono, my overlay? Yeah, really weird, it's not working. Hopefully that works for the race. But yeah, it's Bathurst 12 hour this weekend. And it probably... Now, you see, I have this debate with people, and you're probably going to disagree with me. I think the Bathurst 12 Hours is the toughest endurance event of the year. I know that's controversial. That is controversial, because you do have the Nürburgring. But I do feel that the Bathurst 12 is tougher. Because of the pitch blackness at the start of the race, because of the wall. You do have the walls at the Nürburgring. No denying that. But then you've also got the issue of you've got runoff there. Whereas at Bathurst, you've only got gravel, down at the Chase, down at Hell Corner and Murray's, and at the top of the park. That's it. So, yeah. I would say that Bathurst is the toughest endurance event of the year. And it's also, from a standpoint of a community, it's also the one where everybody does charity races. Because it's 12 hours, most people do like doing 12 hours solo, just for charity. And it is for charity, and it's nice to see people doing that. You would never catch me doing 12 hours on my own. Le Mans isn't a tough race. If I'm brutally honest, Le Mans isn't that tough. It falls in line with the standard endurance, 24-hour endurance race, where the challenge is keeping alive. Well, that's the same for all of them, but yeah, now Le Mans is the easiest endurance by far. Daytona would like a word with you, Neil. I think is the best way to say that. Daytona would like a word with you. Because Indianapolis, the Porsche S's, the Mulsanne chicanes, they're all tough corners if you're dealing with traffic. With Daytona, you've got turn 1, the bus stop, and maybe the second horseshoe. So I don't know if that's why everybody does Daytona. I think it's just the start of the year, people's nice and fresh. It's the first race of the year. Let's do it. Which does lead the question. If iRacing had more numbers registered for Daytona than what World of Warcraft gets, in logins, what are we going to get for Le Mans if we get a Le Mans? Again, there were 2,500 teams, or maybe 2,000. It was between 2,300, 2,500 teams. And when you realize that the system had to put in all the drivers, there was 11,000 drivers that sorting machine was trying to put in, and that just gives you the idea of what they were looking at. So it's going to be interesting. It's really going to be interesting just to see what happens. Especially this weekend. One of the things as well from the happening this weekend is different time slots. I'll be really curious to see what happens there. And you know what? I don't know what's going on, but my overlays aren't working. What is going on?
I just saw somebody said that they did Daytona, or Freedom Machine said Daytona seems to be super easy.
Yeah, you hate it.
I hate the track.
I know. You want to talk about it?
No,
I didn't think so. Well, Rob, my caps, unfortunately, is not working. I don't know why. I have no caps. What have I done?
maybe you should cap it and restart it. Maybe that'll work.
I have. For some reason.
The 24 hours. The 24 hours of French countryside racing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Christian Furze has no internet. He will not be taking part in the second race. A bit of a shame. So, as we were saying, Louis Eggerson and Harry Wills will be lining up at the front of the field for the pros. In the amateurs, it is Henning Haig and Callum Beaumont. Ah, come on, iRacing. Where's my black box? Don't even have a black box.
Well, iRacing said no. Just like the cars say no.
What have I done, iRacing? What have I done to you?
Nope, you're not getting it. Nope. No box for you.
Wow. Okay. I don't even have it on a web overlay, so something's gone wrong with my iRacing and I've restarted it. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Don't worry, I got you.
I know. I can't see anything now though, that's the only thing. I feel scared. Can you hold me?
I can hold your hand, yes. I'll guide you through it. It's just a technical issue of biblical proportions.
It really is.
I do like how
any predictions?
Thinking. I will predict that well, the lot on the back, i.e. Decor, Campbell, Askey, Rigby, are going to have about 5 minutes of spending their time at the back and then try and fight their way to the front one by one. But they're going to be fighting each other, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do that.
Oh, definitely. It's really going to be curious to see what they do because they will battle, but they have to get around, and it's not the easiest places to get around here. This is Raidillon TV, of course. The only corner you need, race 2, with Louis Eggerson and Harry Wills at the front. Rob will take you away.
As Louis Eggerson and Harry Wills climb up the hill for the second race, it'll be Louis Eggerson giving the go-ahead, essentially. Have to wait for the start zone. You'll have to wait and just hope that he'll have a nice clean break and catch everybody else off guard. The pace car is coming off. He won't do a an ASCII and almost hit himself into the tire wall. Oh, he's holding them all in a line, and off he goes. Very good late start. He's making sure that everybody else is off and sleeping while he gets ahead into turn 1. Oh my crikey, that is a Project Dynamic car going very deep.
Armstrong went deep
at the start. Yeah, he went deep. He saw the opening and sent it. Apparently Thomas Dangerous isn't first. Nope, there we go. It's updated now. He was stone dead last. I was like, what? iRacing, hello? This ain't correct. And Christian is not 36th. Oh, Christian started from the pits.
I don't know. Christian first had internet issues and his internet has gone down. Adam Christo started from the pits as well. He's just having a casual drive. Harry Wills has already lost the position from James Armstrong, making that stand as he tries to keep up with his teammate Louis Eggerson. But he is under pressure from Chris Daines and Julian Bell. Julian Bell still there. Jonas Dreyer also there with Harry Melvin. The rest of them still trying to make a move that you can see. Oh, is that Will Egby? Will Egby tries to make a move at turn 10 and he does it. But he's got that side by side with Melvin. Not going to make it stick if Melvin's got the inside. It's going to be a little bit dicey right now. Who's going to blink? It's going to be Egby. He gets the over-under though. Look at that. Look at that over-under. Side by side they go. Now we know how fast this Ferrari is. It is fast. But can Egby get the speed? He's by. Now what does this Ferrari do? I don't think it's as fast as the other Ferrari because Egby does take that position.
And that is Louis Eggerson and James Armstrong fighting for the lead ahead of them. That was Armstrong on the outside, Eggerson on the inside, coming into turn 1, into 2 and 3 of the Senna S. And Egby still has a nice comfortable lead. as we just dart back to the amateurs. That is Henning Haig in the lead. Callum Bowman is right close in a nice close second. And the two of them are sort of just ahead of her. Oh, crikey, we do have cars off. We have cars off. We have cars off. That is Lydon Lee and Mark Fleming. What happened to these boys?
I cannot see. Let's have a look.
That is Mark Fleming going around on the outside of turn 1. He's side by side with a car. Oh, and oh, he had tipped Lydon Lee. Lydon Lee closed the door on him. Just replay that again. Just wanted to see. Just double check. And Nick Crittenden is now off as well. He's back. He's gone back going. He's actually lost position to Levi Johnson. We'll have a look at that in just a second. Just see now. The two of them were battling coming into turn 1. Ooh. Oh, just unfortunate the way that it happened. And now Crittenden having to deal with losing positions. And he's down all the way. He's lost 6 positions.
Well, the pros are having a bit of fun. Sean Campbell, has managed to make a position up. He's managed to get by Matthias Jensen as he is battling with Jensen. It's really hard to commentate when you've got no overlays or no delta. Really weird at the moment, if I'm brutally honest.
Harry Melvin on the inside. He's actually passed Julian Bell coming through 4 and 5. Oh my crikey, that is a tight group. Oh, it's a bit of a touch.
Julian Bell, hold on to it. Yeah, he does. No, Tikins dives in. Side by side, he goes with Bell. What can they do? Bell's got that inside line, though. He's going to be able to hold on to it. What does Tikins decide? He looks like he may want to make a move into turn 10. Late braking, he does make it. Does he make it stick, though? Oh, he puts it nose right there, and Bell's forced to steal. Rigby gets by at the same time. Rigby's going to get this. Is a great charge up the field, by the way, by Rigby. Looks like he's now just going to try and make this battle.
That's Julian Bell getting overtaken by 3 cars. 4 and 5.
It's 6.
It's 6.
This is how tight it is in the pros, Rob. Meanwhile, let's keep our eyes right in the front, though, because that side by side is Thomas Axe with Julian Bell, but in front is his teammate as well. Kayaski and Casper de Court going side by side into turn 1. Who makes the move? It's going to be Casper de Court side by side. In front of them, though, is Alfie Rigby and Milan Tikins. These guys are now battling side by side as they went through the set of rest side by side. Rigby got the inside of turn 3. He holds on to it. They're side by side coming down the first straight. And it looks like Tikins has yielded. He has yielded. But they're moving up the order. They're now, what's that? That's Rigby, now P7, sorry. No, 9, 8, yeah, 8, sorry.
8, there you go. I do think, though, that he used... I mean, I think he's creating a new track, because that was a lot of grass he took coming out onto 5. Like, it's
just a little bit.
I mean, that's a runoff area. He's just using that as a target. Up ahead of them, by the way, James Armstrong has been passed by Chris Danes and is under threat now from Harry Wills. It's a procession. And then Jonas Reyes leading them up onto the top 5. Will Egby hanging around in the background to see if he can make some moves. And it's a procession just coming through onto lap 5. Now just right about now as they cross the start finish line going on to lap 5. That is Chris Danes looking on the inside of Louis Egerton. Egerton is trying to defend as much as he can from the rear end, but I mean, I think he's just... Oh, no! What? What? Oh, crikey. That is a car going on. Oh! That was his fellow teammate, James Armstrong. I think Louis Egerton was just trying to position himself. And then Armstrong just came out of nowhere and just went like, hi, I'm here. Oh, my crikey, I'm a tractor now. He's trying to imitate...
Look at them. They're just... bunched up and just trying to find moves. That's Dreyer, Wills, Armstrong, Egerton, Danes. Chris Danes in the lead, by the way. Look at the move from Jonas Dreyer and Harry Wills. They're going to go side by side into turn 9. Does Dreyer make this around the outside of turn 9? He does. Can he hold this in the big of the Pato turn 10? Wills is going to fight this, and the Wills is the king of 2x2. Just can't make it too wide there. Dreyer up to 4th. Started 8th. What a drive. Well, Chris Danes as well started 5th, now in the lead. Some great driving at the front here. And look how close everybody is. Look at that. You're going to have to tell me the gap there between Rigby and Danes, because it's a big gap. It's a small gap.
One word. Tight.
And for some reason, I can't get a relative or anything at the moment. So I'm blind and I'm just watching it. Look at them just trying to find lines. They're trying to see who wants what. It's Dan Dreyer making another move. He stayed P4. It isn't. It's just defending. Defending over Harry Wills as they go battling with Will Egby behind them, just thinking, I don't want any part of this. I don't want any part of this. If you've raced at Interlagos and you've seen guys in front of you go too wide into the center rested, you know what to expect. Just panic. Wills tries to go for another late move. It's never going to work at that corner. He's going to have to yield. Rigby trying to push onto Will Egby. Harry Melvin's behind them, just waiting. Casper de Court's trying to catch on to Milan Tikins. And Sean Campbell's right behind the two of them. This is... where do you look? Where do you look right now?
It's absolutely wheel to wheel. Oh my crikey. That is one move and he just sends it. The stamp was licked by Alfie Rigby and he just went zoom on the inside of Will Egby and now sees Harry Wills right up in front of him. Simon Dodd, by the way, good shout from Mr. Tony Dodd. He sees that Simon Dodd has actually come back onto the relative. He's actually making moves himself, is Simon Dodd. So he is doing well for himself. And that's another move on the inside coming from Alfie Rigby on Harry Wills. They do go side by side coming through, and that is Harry Wills being pipped to the post. That's 2 positions in 1 lap for Mr. Alfie Rigby.
Does he make it stick? He does, yes.
He does indeed. He does indeed. The RSR charge is now on. Oh my crikey. Look behind them. You can just see Casper de Cour fighting alongside Milan Tikins as he is now the next victim.
Look at Sean Campbell. Look at Sean Campbell.
The next victim is Sean. The next victim is going to be Casper de Cour. That Beamer is just being bullied.
Look at this risky move, though, because Court had to just hold on. There's the car off. There's the car off. Louis Egerson's off. Louis Egerson is off. He's lost it on his own. P2's lost it a bump of the curb, and he's lost it on his own. To the back of the pros he goes while everybody's bunched up. Harry Wills trying to go side by side with Will Egby. He might want to make a move here. He does. Does he cook it? Oh, Will Egby tried to turn it a little bit too early there into turn 8. Will sticks it. Now Egby's on the defense from his own teammate Milan Tikins, Harry Melvin, Sean Campbell, and there goes Kai Askey on Sean Campbell. Askey is going side by side with Campbell. Everywhere you look, there's side by side in the pros. This is fantastic. Campbell keep that position, but we know what Campbell's... Whoa, he's had to press the brakes. He went faster than Harry Melvin because Harry Melvin was following the cue. Askey takes the position. Campbell can't follow Askey. The court will take another position. This is moving places. Wow, look at these 3 right now. Touch up together. The court is almost pushing Kayatsky. This isn't Daytona, boys. Campbell's going to try and go around the outside. Does he make this stick? Side by side with the court, goes to the inside center rested. What a move from Sean Campbell. What a defensive move from Sean Campbell to keep that position.
The Empire strikes back, and then it's return of the MP412C. If you get your Star Wars references, you'll definitely get that. And that is Thomas Axe looking on the inside of Casper de Cour. His day has gone from bad to worse. Remember, Casper de Cour, he started at 15th, gained a ton of places, and then he's now being sent to the back to say, oh hi, Cour, you thought you were doing well. Hey, remember all of us? Remember every single us? We're going to pass by you now. Bye. And they just done it. It's crazy. We're trying to look at the amateurs.
Trying to find the word. The amateur, literally, all you need to know for the amateurs right now is Henning Higgs in the lead still, battling with Callum Beaumont. Daniel Merchant in P3. He's got a little bit of a gap between himself and Lindmo, who's in P4. That's all you need to look at right now. Those guys are battling. I'm keeping my eyes on the lead there because anything can happen. They're not bumper to bumper, but they're in slipstream range. That's all you need to know. But all you need to know right now, once again, this feels like Daytona all over again. The gap between the top 4 and 5th, Harry Melvin's has gone off. I think he had an accident. Harry Wills got damaged to a little bit of a damage to the back as Will Egby just continues to fight him right now. Can he make it? I'm not so sure. He tried to go around the outside, can't make it. But here comes Milan Tikin, his teammate. He wants to go by. Kai Aski's right behind saying, where can I get a go? And John Campbell's like, bro, seriously, let me get by.
It's my turn. It's my turn in 5th position. Just let me by, please.
Oh!
On the inside, there is Milan Tikin just sent it. On the inside, coming into the 4 and 5, and that is Sean Campbell doing battle with Kai Askey coming up towards 6 and 7. Oh, yes, the yield.
Over under, he's got it. Oh no, he hasn't because Kai Askey goes for the move. He can't. John Campbell can't make the move because Kai Askey's trying to make a move. Does not pay off for him though. If he can get a good run, he can't get a good run. He's now on the defense into turn 10 with Sean Campbell, but it looks like Kai Askey's going to make it into thick of the battle. He makes the move. Now surely he can't hold on to this with Will Egby. He's going to try, you know. Oh my word, they almost came together there. Still
on the
battling,
inside comes Sean Campbell.
Look at these two at the front. You've got these two Audis battling, almost touching again. Askey, Egby, side by side. Campbell is just waiting. He's looking, he's waiting, he's wondering. And now Egby realizes that he's in a little bit of a pickle. Campbell's got nowhere to go. He's trying to find somewhere to go. He's going to push. He's almost at the wall. He's going to try. He's not going to try and split the middle of 2. Not going to try and split the middle of 2. Look at them. They're battling still. Side by side into the center rested. And Sean Campbell is still trying to get through. They're still side by side. Askey, Egby still side by side. There is room to go 3 wide, but Sean Campbell can't find it. He cannot find it. He's almost pushing Egby. Oh my days. Look at Cuthbert and Gods! What is going on right now?
Oh no, Sean Campbell lost control coming into the 4 and 5 on his own. I think so, anyway. And unfortunately, oh no, Jonas Strayer's off.
Yeah.
Oh! On the inside, oh! They came together, himself and Alfie Rigby came together. Oh, it's a bit unfortunate. Let's have a replay. Let's have a replay from the blimp. So this is Alfie, replay, yeah. Alfie Rigby, and that is Dreyer. Rigby on the inside. Oh, I mean, oh, just too close, I think. Oh. Yeah, Alfie Rigby was on the inside. He was trying to give as much room as possible. And I think Jonas Reyes was just way too close. And unfortunately, it's sent him off the track.
Sean Campbell trying to make a move on Thomas Axe. He makes that move. Brilliant move. Meanwhile, Casper the Court trying to battle Will Egby right now. Side by side out of the center rested, and Egby holds onto it. But you can bet your bottom dollar that Casper the Court's going to try and fight this. Egby defends like, well, I don't know what the best way to describe that, but he is scraping and clawing, and he does hold on to that position as the Court has to think about this. There has been an accident in front, though, and a car goes flying. It's Milan Tikins. Milan Tikins has gone flying. I'm not sure who he hit, but big damage there. Milan Tikins and Harry Wills comes together, side by side down into turn 4.
No!
And there was,
oh no, that is an RSR hitting the side. Let's have a replay from the blimp.
Did not see who hit him. Did not see who hit him. You keep watching that. I will tell you any information going on at the back of this pro field. Not much is happening. They're just bunched up. I did not see who hit Tikins. Did not see who hit Tikins. Was that? It was an RS star, but who was that?
I can't tell.
Do you know, something tells me it might be Askey. No, it's not. I'm not sure. Keep watching. Meanwhile, we're trying to watch the front. Chris Danes and James Armstrong and Alfred Rigby battling. But here, P4, P5. That looks like it's going to be It's not Kayaski, sorry. It looks like there's just loads. It's just happening so much. At the top three separated by half a second. Then 4th to 8th separated by a second. And they're so bunched up at the moment. Again, the court tries to go too wide with Egby. Can't make it. Thomas Axe worried. Kayaski hoping. Sean Campbell just watching with a gin in his hand right now as he's just waiting to see. Just waiting for the right moment.
That's a card. That's Harry Wills off again.
He lost it. He clipped the grass. Oh, good avoidance though. Avoided Adam Christo, but that did cost him. I mean, like I said, we're trying to look at the amateurs. Beaumont is trying to battle Henning Haig, but everything is happening at the moment with the pros. Kayaski going side by side with Campbell. He makes that stick.
Rigby is in the lead. Rigby is in the lead. This is how it happened. Replay that right now. He goes from 3rd to 1st in 3 corners. This is how he did it. He cut down Chris Danes coming around the outside. He was trying to keep James Armstrong off of his back, coming around the outside into turn 8.
Wow. What a move. That's a move. That's amazing. That's amazing. And look at Chris Danes. He wants Armstrong. And he comes down. You're watching the replay. Chris Danes get that P2 back from James Armstrong with a nice little move down into turn 1. Armstrong is going to respond. It's an Audi versus an Audi. So they're equal. It just depends on the driver and the setup. Can Armstrong get that speed that he needs? I don't think he's going to make it down into turn 4. It's almost a clip of the grass there. Got a little bit of speed, but he does yield the position. Meanwhile, how is Egby, the court, Axe, Campbell, and Kai going? Aski's lost the position as Campbell keeps battling. I mean, every time I see the court go battling with Egby, they're side by side.
Here comes Adam Christo. Adam Christo from the pits comes back with a vengeance. It is AMG looking to say, hey, I'm still here. The Merc has arrived. It is in 9th position. And it is battling Kai Aski. Aski getting a number from his older sort of workmate at a point.
Okay. Wondering when you were going that for a moment. Casper the Court gets a better run out of turn 10, but can't make anything work. And is he going to go side by side with Egby around turn 13? Oh my days, side by side, they go around turn 13. This is the battle for 4th. We've still got this battle at the front between Armstrong and Danes. And we're watching these two going side by side down the start-finish straight. The speed advantage might be with the Audi, but that BMW is holding. And of course, the course got the inside. And I'll tell you what, would not surprise me. Look at them, they're almost going 4 wide behind as Thomas Axe loses the position to Sean Campbell. They fight 2 by 2. Both times, look at them going. Campbell gets it. And the court finally makes the position on Will Egby. The court goes up to 4. This could be some of the most important positions. While we still have Chris Danes, who came into the day joint leader with Thomas Axe and Sean Campbell, currently sitting P2 after not a good start, not a good first race. As Adam Christo is battling in a Mercedes with Thomas Axe in the RSR Audi.
Adam Christo has the front seat of this entire battle as he comes around the tries to come around the outside. He's got the inside. Oh, he wasn't able to converse it. And Kayaski has come back now and said, give it back to me, old man. My time is now. Long live the ASCII. Get it? Not instead of the king.
Get out.
I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it to him. Oh, on the inside, I think Adam Christos is trying not to overcook it. Coming up towards the rear end of Thomas Axe. And Thomas Axe, he sees this and he's just like, I want speed. I want to get up there speed. Sean Campbell is on the rear end of Will Egby. Sorry to interrupt. On the rear end of Will Egby. And he is on the rear end of Casper the Core. He's gone on the inside coming into turn 1. Oh, threading the needle. Oh my goodness gracious. Casper the Core just got absolutely squeezed. He was trying to hold the inside line, and Will Egby just took a brave pill and just said, now or never, I'm going to make this move, and I'm going to stick it as he's on a side-by-side with Casper the Core coming into turn 4 as Sean Campbell's trying to not... Oh, he's trying to defend and attack at the same time.
Meanwhile, as you see on the timing tower, James Armstrong did take P2 back from Chris Daines, and Chris Daines is starting to struggle. The track temp is only a pesky 21 Celsius. It's starting to get dark, but Chris Daines is struggling. And in front, all of these guys just split like bananas. As that's Casper the Core trying to battle Sean Campbell side by side once again. I've never seen so many side-by-sides at Interlagos. This is brilliant driving. They go side-by-side into turn 10. Can't make it stick. Sean Campbell's going to have to accept that position. Thomas Zach still behind. Kai Askey battling Jonas Dreyer. He's got a little bit of wing damage. Dreyer battling with Askey. He might go in the inside of 13. They're going side-by-side. And it looks like that with that wing damage, that Askey might have this. Dreyer's going to have the inside. But Askey with that wing damage... Dreyer with that wing damage is going to make him a sitting duck. What's happening at the front, though, of this little pack? Because it looks like Campbell is using a little bit of bump drafting to get Will Egby. Campbell's going to be taking that position. Can he go side by side around the outside of the center Raptors? Little bit of a touchy. Can he make this stick? They are going side by side through the center Raptors. Side by side through the Curve of Soul. Down to the first straight they go. And again, Campbell is on the outside. You've got Casper the Core pushing Will Egby. Campbell's going to lose another position here. It's for sure. And does Thomas Axe follow suit? No. And they're still going side by side. Egby and Campbell going side by side, going up to turn 6. Turn 5, sorry, I beg your pardon.
Oh, my crikey.
It is turn 6, sorry. Yes. Campbell makes that position. Almost a check-up from everybody. A slide from Egby. Keeps it going, more sliding, and he spun! No, and Askey got collected. Askey got hit, and there's chaos! And Dreyer are tied together, and Dreyer's facing the wrong way.
Oh, the poor man, he slid. And then, in an attempt to avoid it, oh, and he just got, oh. Just slid. There was nothing he could do. Oh, it's not been Jonas Dreyer's day at all. Ooh. Unfortunate. Just the Audi just slid on the very wrong side. And there's nothing he can do. He's lost control of the car. He's trying to hold his brakes, but it's in a very bad part of the track to lose it. And unfortunately, it's broken up the field a little.
So
but that was 20 minutes. Yeah. Just 5 minutes remaining. 20 minutes of literally heart-pounding stuff, and the field is now only now has the field finally separated for Pro, as Alfie just he just checked out. I mean, that's 3.5 seconds.
So you know how like battling close like that is just chaotic, right?
Yeah.
And it just holds everybody up. The lead amateur is now on the back of Kai Askey. As Henny Haig is on the back of the pros, and if he gets too close, Callum Beaumont's just going to be touching distance, and we saw what happened in the first race on the last lap with the amateurs, so that could happen again. Kai Askey is battling Louis Eggerson. Louis started the race in pole. He's down in P7. That just shows how chaotic it's been. Alvin Rigby's on for a back-to-back if he keeps this lead right now. He's got a almost 4-second lead on James Armstrong, and he's looking at 4 wins in a row.
Adam Crystal.
No, sorry, no, he isn't. No, he didn't win 2 last week, did he? He got 3rd and 3rd. What am I talking about?
Is Calvin Dent here tonight? He is not. Just to say, Adam Christo, from somebody who started in the pits and coming up to 6th with a goal, I'm pretty sure he'd have a goal of a top 5. I mean, that's beyond crazy now. I mean, the perfect storm was that the perfect storm being that you basically had a 6-way battle, and he was able to catch up and capitalize on it. Now he just needs Casper the Core to come reining himself back towards him, I mean, they're all doing 31s at this stage. 31.69 for Christo on that last lap. 7:02 for Core on that last lap. In amateur, we still have Henning Haig in the league, or Henning Haig in the lead. He's doing very well, but Callum Beaumont's still threatening him completely and utterly threatening him. The two of them have been glued together since the start of this race. They were 3 seconds ahead at the start. They are now, the two of them, 7 seconds ahead of the next amateur of Ida Lindmo. And then
I'll tell you what's interesting,
and then Dodd.
There's something interesting, because go down a little bit further, and as I started talking about it, the curse happened. Because Thomas Dandridge and Matthew Heatrick revisited their battle from the first race, and coming around turn 6, Thomas Dandridge had to spin as finally Andrew Miller get past Dandridge. They were having a battle, and that was only for P8 in the amateurs. That just shows how competitive it's been all the way around. And of course, now Sean Campbell's got some clean air. He is on his own. And it's getting darker and darker around the track. But still, Beaumont trying to go around the outside here. You're going to get 2x2. No! And the Pramit, no! Beaumont's taken the lead of the amateurs of Henning Haig. Accidentally spinning Thomas Axe in the pro. Axe was having his battle with Milan Tikins. And now Axe has lost that slipstream of Tikins, and it's stuck behind two amateurs.
It wasn't Axe, it was Kayaski. Kayaski was the one that got spun around.
I apologize. And Axe now is trying to get by the two amateurs. Now, granted, yes, you should be giving the position over to the pro to let him by, but how can you when these two are battling tooth and nail? Haig trying to go around the outside of 6 and 7. Can he make it stick? No. The over-under's not there. He's gone really wide. He might lose this. He's got to be careful. If he overcooks this, there's a pro going to bookmark him. And that might just be happening very shortly. In fact, you know what? I would not be surprised. Axe is just struggling right now to get by. He's looking, he can't get by. And he's like, come on, look, I know you're battling, but I need to get by. Milan Tikis is right there. I need this. I need this. Otherwise, this is my drop week. I can't have this as my drop week.
Alfie Rigby is coming around to the final lap. Can you report a crab on the track? Yes. Tell one of your drivers that they are the crab, as Alfie Rigby is 5.5 seconds ahead of this man. The camera has to literally whip around to see him, and he is 4 seconds ahead of this man, Chris Daines. Sean Campbell is up to 4th.
I'm losing where to look right now.
Henning Haig has been overtaken by Callum Beaumont.
Yeah, that happened last lap.
Oh, yes.
Stick with us. Stick with us. Those two. I mean, that battle might be over. We'll keep eyes on it, though. As Alfie Rigby is, well, he's near the end of the track. 5 seconds. Talk about dominance in a race that I cannot get over. I mean, you look at the amateurs, and they've been battling. And the guys, the fastest guys have struggled to get to the front. Such has been the nature of the traffic. You look at the pros, my word, 3 names stand out. Casper de Court, Sean Campbell, and this man, Alfie Rigby, started 17th at the back of the pro field. He completes the double. Alfie Rigby wins the second race at Interlagos and takes the 100 points for the whole race weekend. James Armstrong will take a deserved P2. Chris Daines, what could have been, he'll take a P3 after a fantastic drive. Sean Campbell is going to get one hell of a 4th, and so is Casper de Court. What a 5th, and shout out to Adam Christo and that Mercedes taking 6th position. And then coming up to the line now, Callum Beaumont will win the amateurs. He doesn't finally do it, I just feel like making fun of him. He gets the victory with Henning Haig in P2. And I think Lindmo is just going to get P3, yes.
But my boy, Dodd, yes, he manages to come home. He did it twice in one night. He came home, and everybody's having this. Everybody's having a spin. Miles having a spin. Dane's having a spin. Campbell having a spin. Core, no. Everybody just doing a spin.
So, as they do their little donuts, they're doing their little celebrations at nighttime with the lights. It's good. We'll go over those results once again because it's wow, just wow. Alfie Rigby 17th to 1st will take the victory. James Armstrong with a great P2 there for himself. Chris Daines, I mean, what could have been P3 as we were saying. Sean Campbell made up 12 places to come home in 4th. Casper de Court made up 10 places to come home 5th. Adam Christo started in the pit. That's the key one. Started in the pit, comes home in 6th. And Louis Eggerson finishes 7th. Callum Beaumont wins the amateurs, overtaking Henning Haig with 2 laps to go, who finishes P2. Thomas Axe then just dipped back into the pros as Thomas Axe there, 10th, and Jensen 11th. Hakon Lindmo will finish 3rd for the amateurs. I think it's his first podium for the amateurs. I'm not entirely sure. Chris Chatterton will be 4th for the amateurs. And then, of course, Alex Homerson, Simon Dodd will complete the top 5 for the amateurs. Andrew Miller then 16th overall. Matthew Heatrick 17th. Will Egby will finish 18th. And Thomas Dandridge started 33rd, finishes 19th overall. Jonas Dreyer, unfortunately, did not have a very good day there. Was close, and then the incidents just caught up. Everybody bunched up, and you just knew one incident was just going to cause chaos. Started 8th, finished 20th. Nick Crittenden finished 21st. Daniel Merchant, 22nd. Josh Rayfield, 23rd. John Williams will be 24th. Zachariah Yama was 25th. Kai Aski, what could have been, unfortunately, crab on the track, finished 26th. David Meakin will be 27th. Dean Timms, 28th. Mark Fleming, 29th. And Levi Johnson, last of the cars on the lead lap, 30th. Our retirements, Harry Wills was 8 laps down. Milan Tikins, 10 laps down. Harry Melvin will be 14 laps down. Julian Bell, 17 laps down. Liam Ahern and Lyden Lee, both 18 laps down. And unfortunately, Chris Furs sadly had internet issues. And could, well, I mean, it's not an issue when they literally turn his internet off.
Internet machine do not go burr for Christian Furs. I just had a joke enter in my head. I feel so bad, but internet machine do not go burr for Christian Furs.
Oh my days! I've just seen the incident count for the race.
How bad was it?
Well, those guys at the front were battling so hard. So Alfie Rigby, 8 incidents. Now, I'm just to say, I'm not going low incidents, they're all bad. No, this was just showing how close it was. Alfie Rigby, 8 incidents. James Armstrong, 20. Chris Daines, 17. Sean Campbell, 17. Casper de Court, 13. Adam Christo, 12. Louis Hagerson, 16. Next up, Henning Haig with 16. Will Egby had 18 as he was in the pros. Jonas Dreyer was 15. It just goes that, like I said, they were battling so close that one mistake, and everyone just gets concertinaed. Rob, I think your favourite man's here. I think your favourite crutch is here. You want to talk to him?
Yes.
You want to talk to him?
Yes, I do.
Hi, Simon.
Dodd!
Oh,
You survived 2 races. It's happened.
got Cora and finished well.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Class. I'm very happy. So.
Talk me through, Simon. Talk me through the difference between a track that's 50 Celsius and a track that's 20 Celsius.
So weirdly, the only thing I can compare it to is completely the opposite. So when you step out of your door and it's been snowing all night with a bit of rain first, so a little bit of rain, then it freezes, then you get snow, and you step out your front door the following morning. That's what it's like on a 55, 56 degree track. And then, what was it, 23, 24?
21,
yeah.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, for race 2, that was just like stepping out on a summer's morning. But we knew it was going to be like this. You know, we knew it was going to be like this. It's Sao Paulo, for crying out loud. It's not a cold part of the world, and February's basically end of the summer for them, isn't it? So it was always going to be a hot one. Hence, the second race was in the evening. So yeah, I'd set the car up for hot temperatures.
Did that hinder you then for the second race?
No, it felt like an LMP2 for the second race. It was amazing.
I mean, especially with that temperature difference, yeah, I can imagine that. You'd just be like, oh, I can brake later. Oh, hello, what's going, you know?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, my best lap in race 2 was a 32.490. I was like,
Was
oh, wow.
indeed.
That was nearly my quali pace, actually. I think it was about the same as my quali time, actually, which was 8:30 in the morning on slightly hotter tracks.
I always remember you talk about that, just going off topic. 1 week, IMSA and VRS were Interlagos.
Yeah.
And VRS put it in the evening. For IMSA, it was in the day. The GT3s were doing the same lap times in VRS as the GTEs were in IMSA. That just gives you an idea. That just gives you an idea of the temperature difference when it comes to the track. So
it's crazy. It really is. But yeah, we thought it was going to be hot as a team, so we were like, right, let's set it up for these 55, 56, 58 degree track temperatures, and we did well with that one, I think. And then I decided to go with a low downforce setup because Interlagos is a compromise. You either go high downforce and get mugged on the straights, but you're quick on the infield, or you go low downforce and you've got to defend for all your life is worth through the infield. But then if you get a good exit to the last turn, and even if you get a bad exit to the last turn, they're not going to catch you down the straight. So I went low downforce.
Well, next week is Spa.
Yeah.
Endurance race at Spa. Are you looking forward to it?
I love Spa. I really do love Spa. It's going to be fun. Pit stop to throw into the mix to mix up the strategies, and I'm going to go low downforce again. I don't care. I like being able to go past people on the straight. It's fun. It's like having DRS.
Bono, my DRS isn't open.
Yeah. Yeah, I shall not be complaining to Bono.
well, Rob, have you got anything to ask your man crush?
funny man. So, what's your goal for Spa then? Is it try and get up into the top 5? Is that your goal?
Yeah, go big or go home. Top 5. You know, it'd be nice to get top 3, but I think some of the guys are they're just that little bit too quick for me. I'm going to start practice. I'll have a night off tomorrow, but then I'll start practicing from Friday night and see what I can do. I'll probably port this setup over, my Interlagos setup, and see where it gets me as a baseline and then work from there. Yes, go big or go home. Top 5. I'll be happy with top 10, but aiming for top 5, let's be honest.
As you always do. Any shoutouts?
Eclipse Racing Team, as always. Amazing group of guys. I'll shout out to my dad because I think he's watching.
Hi, Dad. He was.
Yeah, Eclipse Racing Team, great group of guys. We're always on the lookout for more drivers, as long as you're the right sort of caliber. Not even great driver, as long as you're the right sort of person. Got to be friendly. And thanks to you guys and Harry and everyone that makes this happen, and you guys, the broadcasters. It's a great fun series to be part of.
I appreciate it.
We love you.
Oh. Cheers, guys, and I shall see you next week.
And enjoy yourself, and we'll be more than happy to see you come back next week.
Indeedy. Have a great week, guys. See you later.
All the best, Simon. Well, Rob, I can just make out the racetrack, so if it's that dark...
Hang on a minute. Let me just pause this. I just needed to do this. Hang on. Let me fix this. Look at this, right? For the last 10 minutes, this is all that's been on my screen. The sky. And what I think is like bits and bobs of like the track. There's lights. There's a light somewhere. There it is. Hang on. There it is. I found it. Oh no, I've lost it again. Ah, where is it? Where's my...
Back on.
There it is. Ah, no, backwards.
It reminds me of when Felipe Massa won the Brazilian Grand Prix but lost the championship. Just that pitch dark with people still celebrating, and cheering. But if the lights are Rob, I think it is. I think it does mean it's time to call it a day. I think it's been fantastic race. Probably last week was amazing. Daytona, breathtaking. This race, I had to talk with my jaw down. Just the side-by-side action was just brilliant. There were so many things that if you could put stuff on a iRacing best of, like the amount of respect that you had with 4 guys going 2x2 there were no overtakes, so it was not like anything that would go on a compilation. It was just fantastic, and hopefully next week is the endurance race, 75 minutes at Spa. So if you do like that type of action, do come back next Wednesday. But of course, we are Raidillon TV. If you like what you see, hit that like button. So we've had about 40 people watching. We only have 8 likes. Thinking emoji. I'm joking, don't worry. Hit that subscribe button if you do feel like it. And of course, our membership with 3 different tier levels if you do like. Shout out to our little Discord community. A link underneath the video, and trackcams22.com, who provide these fantastic... I think you've turned the clock back a bit, so we've got a bit of light now. Don't blame you, because it was pretty dark. So shout out to trackcams22.com, by the way, for providing those cameras that you did see. Raidillon TV is back Friday with the European Sprint Series at 1900 GMT at Monza, and then Sunday at 1945 the Huskenveld GT Challenge. Monday will be... Oh wait, it's Monza this week for the GT Challenge. I did remember that as well. So we got a double header of Monza, and then Monday the Super Trofeo Series is back again. But like I said, Wednesday, if you want some GT3 action, and why not after the last 3 races we've had, join us at 2000 GMT next Wednesday when we do 75 minutes of bar. Until then, though, my name has been Craig King.
I have been Robert O'Brien.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.